We're going to go ahead and get started. We're kind of waiting on a little bit of our technical stuff that we get to say for the first time this year, as we are going to be streaming this out to our Pats Nation. So first and foremost, I am the high school principal, Mr. Lee Schneider. I want to welcome you all here tonight as we honor our academic achievements of our students in the high school. I know, talking with the staff and stuff, there's been plenty of accomplishments throughout the year in the classroom and in other competitions with organizations as you will hear as we work our way through the program. I also want to say thank you to the staff. It's been another very successful year. It has been a fun year. It has also been filled with some firsts. It's been filled with positive memories, and it's things that we know going forward that we will be able to build on and grow. Secondly, I want to thank the students. You guys have put together again a memorable year with some firsts and with some things that will be remembered for many years down the road. And you guys have represented Clarkson Public Schools with the most integrity, and you have made us very proud that when we go and we have our competitions and we're being represented at the highest level. So I know the administration and staff, we very much appreciate that. Last thing, thank you parents for taking this time tonight to come and to celebrate these acknowledgments of the successes of your students. So with that, I would like to go ahead and I will turn the mic over to Mrs. Cindy Sechi.
Yeah, that's going to be way too tall for me. Okay, so Mr. Schneider said, my name is Cindy Sechi, and I joined in with the group about 4 years ago after teaching elementary for many years. We won't go for how many. But what I'd like to do is I will be giving the vocal awards, and we have so many, this is a great problem to have. We have so many choir members, we probably won't all fit up here. So choir members, if you could come forward and just stand here in front. And went ahead and put the letters into the packets, so they will all get their letters there. But come on up anyhow, we gotta recognize you. I do have to brag about them a little bit because when I started here like 4 years ago, I think we had, if I remember right, it was 9 or 10, somewhere in there. And now we actually, at East Husker Conference, we were the second largest choir. We combined with Lee, and we had 42. Oakland Craig are the only ones that had more than us. I should say Stan and us, we tied. So next year they're losing both their choir and their band director. So guys, come on, 8th graders. We don't have them here, do we? Well, tell those 8th graders to join choir, and we can maybe be #1 in the East Husker Conference. We also had one of the largest groups that attended. They have to try out for the East Husker Conference Choir, and very proud to say we had 20 that were selected. They are selected by outside judges, and so we want to congratulate those. And if they would come up, we have Ashley Gian, and let's just we'll wait with the applause till we're all done. So Ashley, Caitlin, here. Alyssa Guernsey, Tegan Baumert, Bailey Graybill, Christian Hammernick, Niall Jones, Caden Brandt. Then we not only had 20 from Lee and Clarkson make the East Husker Conference, but then they had a second tryout for just the elite group. And only 32 people were selected out of all, what do we have, Mr. Schneider, 17? Or how many banners are there? So anyhow, it's quite the honor. It'd be like first team, all conference in sports. And we have got a strong group of guy singers. And these 3 especially excelled and made it to first team, what I would call first team East Husker Conference. They get a medal from the conference as well as their certificate, and it's Drew Beeson, Samuel Hakasandre, and Mitch Beeson. Then we, of course, went to district competition, and we are pretty much an excellent group. Every single thing of our groups got excellent rating, including the mixed chorus, which was everybody who, we got all twos basically by the judges. We also had a number of soloists as well as small groups, and Ashley Ian did a vocal solo. The way the ratings go is if you get a 10 or less, you get a 1, 11 to 20, I believe, is a 2, and then the 3 is 20 to 29, something like that. And of course, Ashley got an 11. So close, but we still want to congratulate her on her vocal solo excellent rating. Then this was the hardest one. Like I said, being here 4 years, I got to work with, well, all of our seniors were in it for all 4 years. So once again, thank you guys for, you had an old lady teacher, and you got put up with me. Every year I say, no, I'm gonna retire. I said it last year, I said it this year, but like I said, when we have 42 in choir, I can't. You're stuck with me one more year, then maybe, we'll see. So we do have an award for the National School Choral Award. This goes to an individual who is a senior, shows exemplary merit, ability, achievement, everything. And like I said, these seniors, they were really kind, putting up with me and trying it all, something new. So this year, our Senior National School Choral Award goes to Mitch Beeson. And next will be the band awards with Liz Kowalski.
Alright, before you guys totally sit down over there, if you're in the band, come back up here. The band is combined with Lee, and we have about 30-some kids total, and they have done a fantastic job this year putting up with me, and I'm just so happy to have them in band, so give them a round of applause. Now I'm going to start with the district music, and we did well, and I had several little small groups. I had some solos, I had a couple duets, and I would like Ashley Gian and Natalie Quinones to come up, please. They received a superior rating at District Music Contest for their flute duet. And Ashley also received a superior rating for her flute solo as well. And I also want to give out some awards for the couple of groups that did excellent ratings, because I think they should be recognized as well. And that would be Ella Capel and Melissa Bunner for their clarinet duet, and Rosie Gian for her bass clarinet solo. And please give them a round of applause. East Husker Conference Honor Band is usually an audition band, and they have to send in recordings, and it's usually really hard music. And I had two of them make the honor band, and they were in a wind ensemble. It's split into two different ensembles, a symphonic band and the wind ensemble. And Ashley Gian and Drew Beeson were the ones that made the wind ensemble this year. And now I have the John Philip Sousa Band Award. And usually with this award, I like to look at, are they always in class? Do they audition for like the honor bands? Have they attended all the concerts, the pep band games? And also if they've done any small group for like district music contest. And I believe this award goes to Melissa Bunner. And that's the end of my band awards. And I'm moving on to the One Act Awards. The One Act Awards, we did a play called 937. And 937 was a Holocaust play that we did this year. And we had many outstanding actors, as you can see, in the program. And if you are in One Act, can you please come up to the front so everybody can see them? These guys have put in a lot of hard work for this play. We have done morning practices, we have done nighttime practices in order to be prepared for East Husker Conference and for districts. Please give them a round of applause. For the outstanding actors for East Husker Conference, I have Melissa Bunner, Ashley Keegan, Isaac Baumert, Corbin Lindbergh, and Otto Kreco. And for the East Husker Conference, I also had two outstanding technical crew, and that is Natalie Quinones and Noah Holoubek. Moving on to the Outstanding Performance Awards for Districts, I have Ashley Guillen, Rosie Guillen, Samuel Pukasangre, Otto Kreco, Isaac Baumert, Corbin Lindbergh, and Natalie Quinones. And those are the One Act Awards, so please give them a round of applause. And before I get down, I forgot to do one thing in the band section. I want to honor my seniors. So, seniors, can you please come up here? Yes, for band. My seniors for band. These guys have been with me for all 4 years. They have put up with me. They ask questions when needed. They tell me things to make sure I actually do them. And I have appreciated you guys, just so you know. I really have. And I want to present you guys with these. As my gift.
They are going to.
So, you guys can sit down. You're welcome. Before I hand it over to answer, we have some old uniforms that we are going to be getting rid of. There's some of the red Clarkson uniforms, and then there's some of the black and white uniforms with the Clarkson Red Sea. If any of you are interested in having one, just to have one, let me know or let the office know, and I will get it to you as soon as I can. So, I also have hats. You can take the hats too. All right, and wherever you are.
Okay, I'm Ann Serve, Art, and if you don't know that, where have you been? Because I've been here a long time. First I'd like to thank the administration for putting up with me and letting me kind of be a little willy-nilly here and there, not following all the rules, a little bit. And I'm kind of the hobo of the faculty, digging in the dumpsters and such. Whatever gets thrown out, I kind of bring it back into the school. I know I never said anything. Did you know I was doing that? Oh, they didn't know I was doing that, weren't they? Because I do that. Kind of take some things back out. Art awards, it's kind of difficult because I have a really good group of kids this year. I can't wait to come to school. I can't wait to see them. It's been a joy, all of them. And if I had to give an award for everybody that works hard, I'd be giving an award to every art student I have. So it's easier for me just to narrow it down to the ribbon winners. So I will be announcing the ribbon winners. And the conference art show, they're very tight with their ribbons. So getting a white, it's just a white, I only got a white. There's a lot of things that do not get ribbons. And I don't know if we're just so tight that we don't get enough ribbons, but it's kind of nice that everybody doesn't get a ribbon, because then your ribbon means something to you. And I try to tell the kids, if you get a white, there's a lot of things that didn't. So a white is good. So first off, Cooper, are you here, Cooper? Cooper Vance, a very outstanding artist. You may not know that about Cooper, but he's an awesome artist. He doesn't like to do much more than pencil, but when you give him a pencil, he can really do some stuff. He got a white ribbon. Dylan DeLoe, you don't know this about him either, but he's an awesome potter, and he got a red ribbon. They came in during my junior high period and asked if they could come in, him and Brock, and I said, absolutely, because they just sat back there and just potted the whole time. Hazel, she got a red, and Hazel is my big Jocelyn lover. If I could have her around me all the time, I would. And she's also an aide for elementary art, and I don't know what I would have done without her. But when it comes to Jocelyn time, she gets so giddy and so excited, and now it's closed for 2 years. And so I knew the one person that would be upset would be Hazel. Heido, are you here? Oh, Heido. He got a red ribbon, always a hard worker for me. Joey Steffensmeyer. Okay, these boys, Joey, Garrett. Garrett, are you here? Jaden, are you here? Christian. So these boys came walking into the art room this year, all together. And I'm like, what's going on? And these were the best art students I had. These boys worked, they came in, got their stuff out, worked the whole period till the very end. Awesome. They did an awesome job. Joey got a red ribbon. Jaden, a purple, which is huge on his sculpture. Garrett got a red on your landscape. Going Home was what it was called. And Christian got a blue and a purple. He did a sculpture of his grandpa Harlan. Cheyenne Reed, a blue ribbon. Jordan Graybill, are you here? She also got a blue. Cheyenne's an art lover as well and worked and wanted to do everything just so. Always very conscious of what she was doing, wanted to do it just the way it should be done. Perfect student for any teacher. Hayden Brandt, a blue ribbon. Samuel, I saw you here, a purple. This was with the Coming Home project, and he did the view from his window down the street. So purple. Melissa Bunner, she had a red and a blue. Brock Markson. She did a portrait of herself in her homecoming dress. If you saw that homecoming dress, she did an awesome job. So Brock Markson, another one of my potters. We got a white and a blue. Jersey. She got 2 reds and a blue. And she joined me late. She came at semester, I believe. So that's pretty good. Another student that will just do anything for you. Kyan Chanelli, another amazing artist who got blue, a red, and a white. And Ashley Gideon. She got 2 white and a red, and she was also the academic contest art winner. Nobody has ever won that. It's so vast. The art material that they could go into for that contest is so vast that I've given kids things to study, and I kind of gave up on it, because it's like, none of the stuff you gave me, Mrs. Herb, helped. And she just kind of just sucked in everything and just knew how to answer the questions, and amazing. Seniors, good luck to you. Really, I remember you as 7th graders, like it was supposed to be yesterday, so it goes fast.
Hello, good evening. I'm Jim Clarkson from the PE department. Hopefully everyone's having a good night. So far the Celtics are by 9, so that's a good thing. For all you basketball fans out there, I know Jared Devotney's pretty jacked up about that. Loves those Celtics. Oh boy. I'm here to give a couple awards for PE. In our PE curriculum, sometimes, especially with our seniors, sometimes we do some lifetime fitness type things. Yoga or things of that nature, and sometimes it kind of turns into recess. This year was pretty much a recess. Those guys wanted to play games and things of that nature all the time. Sometimes it got pretty ugly, sometimes a little chippy. Highly entertaining. I think it had a rating to it from the language by some people. It turned into a rated R, usually from McKenna, but Faith maybe too. But it was interesting, but it was fun, and they get after it, it was spirited, it was all good stuff, so that was fun. And we had some weightlifting classes, and our freshmen too. That's another group that had some pretty interesting times as well. So, fun group overall. Had a lot of fun. Again, do a lot of different things, a lot of different activities, so that was kind of cool. So, I give, since PE, we wear PE clothes, I like to give out t-shirts to our, some certain areas. So first I have the High Performer Award. Again, there's several people this could have went to. Again, tough competition there. In this case, this guy, he's, I don't know, finds a way to win a lot. So he's pretty crafty. Sometimes he cheats to find a way, whatever he has to do, or maybe bends the rules. But that is Eli Hayes. There we go, so we can catch. Great. Eli's a lot of fun. He's he is a true athlete. He's really good at everything, it seems as if. So he's well deserved. He won a lot of pictures on the wall out there quite often. But it was pretty close. Most improved. I don't think he's here tonight, but this is a guy who has 2 PV classes, just a freshman. Really starting to improve a lot in the weight room, and he's even kind of come out of his shell in class, and that's Niall Jones. He's not here. Next one, I have an Everyday Effort Award. I like to just hand out something like this because effort to me is very important. You know, it is, no matter which class you're in. You know, if you show effort, then you're probably going to be pretty successful at whatever it is you decide to do. So, but this year, I actually had a whole class that deserved this. Granted, there's only 2 people in that class, so I gave it to both of them because they come down there and they get after it. They work really hard, and I don't really have to say a whole lot, but their numbers gone up, and they've really done an excellent job, and that's Landon Haight and Jackson Corn. Most of the time they work. Monday mornings, though, Jackson has to tell us weekend stories, so he has to share that with Landon to make sure they're all caught up. All right, and the last one is our Gamer Award, and I just kind of hand this out again just because it's kind of fun. Just some people get a little intense sometimes, no matter what the game is, or at least they play hard, or they always try and win, or get their team rallied up, or whatever it is. Again, lots of candidates. You know, especially in that senior class, there's a lot of options. This year, because he always wants to play games, and that's Carter Haniel. All right, well, thank you very much. Hopefully, as Mrs. Serb alluded to, I hope the seniors have a great career in their next phase here, whatever it is they decide to do. And hopefully, the rest of you enjoy your evening. And I'm passing this thing along to Mrs. Tiffany Baumert to talk about some speech. Thank you.
All right, so to give a quick recap of our season, the Clarkson speech team had 20 students that participated, so I won't bring you up here, but if you were a member of the speech team, please stand up, and we would like to give you some recognition. This year, I not only had like a very strong group of varsity members, I had a huge group of some first-year freshmen and sophomores who absolutely killed it at every single meet that we went to. And I just have to say that every single student on this speech team did something amazing today, or I should say this season, and they should just be so proud of themselves because doing things in the speech world is hard and it's intimidating. And so not only should you guys be proud of yourselves, but I am so proud of each of you. To give you some numbers, the team brought home some major hardware. Our medal count this year was at 190 medals, which is the most it's ever been. We brought home several team plaques for point awards. We earned the Class D1 runner-up at districts. We qualified 6 events to state, and that included 9 different students. And then 5 of those students received a 6th place NSAA state medal in the category of OID. So overall, it was a very fun and successful season. If I could have Mitch and Melissa stand up, please. These are my 2 seniors, if we could give them a little clap. I just wanted to let you know that I am so proud of the both of you. And I'm not even just talking about like in the speech world. Every single thing that you 2 do is amazing. Time and time again, you guys just show that your passion and your drive is just over the top. And I know that the 2 of you are going to be super successful in everything that you do. So I just really wanted to say thank you for letting me be a part of your 4 years. Every year I have some of the same awards that I like to give out. The first one is Rookie of the Year. This first-year speech student jumped in and competed in 3 events all season long. She did 2 individual events and was a member of an OID. She racked up 16 medals. She was the champion in her event 6 different times throughout the season. When she did compete in varsity meets, she medaled 3 times in a varsity meet. She medaled in both of her individual events at districts, qualified for state, and she ended up 10th in the state in inform speaking. So before she comes up here to get it, I do want to acknowledge she was part of an OID, and without that team, that OID would not have seen the success that it did. So the OID team, JV OID of Corbin, Otto, Riley, Cadence, and Tegan, please stand up. They were phenomenal this year. So with that being said, your 2022 Rookie of the Year is Tegan Baumert. The next award that I would like to give out is called the Passion for Excellence Award, and this is going to somebody who sat down at their very first practice, looked at me and said, my goal is to make it to state. She was willing to do whatever it took to get there. She took a lot of criticism from me. She took a lot of advice from me. She made changes. She really dug deep to make her piece perfect. She came into practice and she took her practice time so seriously, and really the passion that she had for her piece was pretty much unmatched. She also dealt with a lot of distractions throughout the season, and I feel like she learned how to get out of her own head. And not only did she make it to state, but she was 1 place from making finals. She finished 8th place overall in Serious Pros. So this goes to Hazel Munt. All right, finally, every year I do a Most Valuable Speaker Award. This award is handed out every year to the speech team member who encompasses what speech is about all of the time. They follow directions, they show up to practice on time, they're willing to change and evolve their speeches to make them just right for competition. The other thing is that they're very excited to be on the speech team. They're proud to be on the speech team. And it comes through in every single delivery, every time they perform. And of course, they have to have amazing success throughout the season. I didn't have just 1, I have 5. Because my varsity OID team battled all season long with one of the most emotional and deep OIDs I have ever coached and I have ever seen. If any of you had a chance to see it, it was amazing. So they placed 6th at state, being the only serious OID in a field of completely humorous OIDs, which is something to say about that. Of course, these 5 members didn't just do OID, they all competed in several other individual events, and they were amazing at that too. These 5 were literally a powerhouse. So my 2022 most valuable speakers go to Mitch Beeson, Melissa Bunner, Ella Capel, Drew Beeson, and Ashley Guillen. Okay. So that's all I have for awards, but before I hand it off to Mrs. Miller, I do want to thank all of the parents and the speech team members. I just want to thank you for letting them come into practice early in the morning, after school, late at night. Thank you for letting me interrupt your family time and take them for whole Saturdays at a time. Whether you're packing lunches or washing their speech clothes, or if you're the one that gets up in the morning to make sure they get here on time, that means a lot to me because this activity is so beneficial to them. I just appreciate you guys, so thank you.
My name is Mrs. Miller, and I teach Spanish, and I've got a few awards to hand out tonight. I'm going to try something a little different. I put everybody's certificates in their packets, so rather than having you guys come up on stage, I'll just have you guys stand where you're at to be recognized instead. So, my first award is for Most Improved Spanish Student, and I picked out one student from each of my classes for this one. So, from my Spanish 3 and 4 groups, kind of funny how this worked out this year. We offered 2 sections of Spanish 3 and 4, and ended up where I had just one student in one of my sections. So day in, day out, we got a lot of one-on-one conversations exactly at the level that he was at, and he always had to be paying attention, always had to know the answers, because nobody else is going to answer them. Like, he had to know what was going on. So that's an ideal situation for picking up a ton of language. So Gavin Novotny, would you please stand? Out of my Spanish 2 class, this one was my hardest decision for Most Improved Student, because in this group there were so many students who kind of all peaked at the same time, kind of all leveled up, which was really exciting to see. So it was kind of tough. I really had to go back and look like, okay, who is the most different, the before and the after? So this one ultimately then went to Nick Sayers. I don't know that I've seen him yet tonight. Is Nick here? No? Okay. And then out of my Spanish 1 group, this girl is somebody who was very difficult for her initially the words wouldn't go together. She was doing all the right things. She was paying attention. She's following along, taking notes, asking questions. And then all of a sudden there was just this turning point, the last 2 or 3 performance assessments where all of a sudden things were clicking and she was getting it. It has come a long, long ways. So Spanish 1 goes to Emma Gall. All right, my next award is Most Curious About Other Cultures. This goes to somebody who is constantly trying to figure out the why behind things, not necessarily just taking like, okay, well, whatever you tell me, that's how it is, but they're constantly trying to figure out why is it that way, or how is that similar or different than what I'm used to here, or things like that. So, This award goes to Noah Holoubek. And you can just stand where you're at if you want. I just thought you would stand to be recognized. I thought maybe you wanted to come stand at the front so everybody could see you since you're at the controls back there. And honestly, this one, I feel like if we just stopped at the most curious, it might still go to Noah. I've never seen anybody who just learns for the sake of learning, so interested in absolutely everything. And then my last award is for most fluent expression. This could be speaking or writing, and I definitely had to divide this into two categories, my heritage speakers and non-heritage speakers, because there's definitely an advantage to those that have the opportunity to speak the language at home, or even if they don't speak it, if they're exposed to it or exposed to the culture. So like I said, I broke it into two categories. So for a heritage speaker, this one goes to Rosie Guillen. And my non-heritage speaker with most fluent expression goes to Sammy McAvoy. And that is it for me. So I will turn it over to Ms. Hyatt.
Good evening. For those of you who don't know me, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing at this point, but I'm Rebecca Hyatt. I am the new science teacher. I want to start off by thanking the staff, the administration, the parents for all the support you've provided me this year. I want to thank the students. They've done an awesome job buying in, kind of believing what we're doing, even when it might not make sense, and going with the flow because we've changed things a few times. With that, students, when I say name, just stand. I'm going to recognize the students who received a 95 average for the year. In physics, Noah Holoubek and Brian Scott. In chemistry, Drew Beeson, Maddie Janaszek, Ella Kaffel, Sammy McAvoy, and Ashley Guillen. Biology, Alyssa Guernsey, Chloe Haniel, Allison Mackey, and Samuel Kurtzandre. And in physical science, Caleb Christensen, McKenna Haight, Cadence Indra, Corbin Lundberg, and Rosie Guillen. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. McAvoy.
Actually, I'm not Mr. McAvoy, but we have a special guest tonight that drove a long ways, and she's going to do some quick recognitions up here. So this is Miss Marie Wattis, and she's been one of our science teachers the past couple of years. We've been really blessed to have her. She's just been so helpful.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do this without crying, but I'm so excited to see you guys. This is great. Yeah, I already ran into two of you. I just left Arcadia and drove home, switched clothes, and came here. So we've been driving like 3 hours. Yeah. Hi kids. Okay, so I'm their distance learning teacher, and I'll keep it short because I know you have to sit here. But I have some awards to give my students. This is crazy because I'm so nervous. I've never been nervous to do this. Like, seriously, Drew. All right, look at your brother. All right, so Mitch Beeson wanted to take some science classes, and thanks to Mitchell, a lot of people have gotten to meet a lot of different people across the state. We were teaching for CCC, college credit for anatomy and physiology, which is now human biology 1 and 2, and medical terminology. And Mitchell's already drove to Arcadia twice. He stood outside my science room and slipped the letter under the door, and I still haven't met him in person, so this is just really cool. I'm gonna have Mitch come down first, because thanks to him, we got to meet all these wonderful students. So 5 years of science, physical science, biology, chemistry, human body 1 and 2, medical terminology, and several of these kids are actually like CNAs and med term got CNAs and med aides right through Northeast Community College. So, he's going to have to stay up here and help me. I'm seriously so nervous and so excited. 2 years of these students has been fabulous. Let's call another 2-year student, Faith Indra. Faith has also had the same classes that Mitchell's had. To keep this a secret has been crazy. They've become good friends with other students across the state. McKenna Stodel, she also has had the same exact classes as these two, so for 2 years. That's what kids do, they take a lot of selfies. Where do I go next? Let's go back in time and grab the two from last year. I had Melissa Bunner took physical science, biology, chemistry, and medical terminology. Totally shocking. And I had another male student, and if you've never watched the live stream, it's so cool. You have the best live stream in the state of Nebraska. And having had my own kids and taught different places, seriously, you can see on the other side of the football field, you can see their faces and everything. And if you watch live stream, sometimes Gavin Devantney is on there, and he's doing play-by-play in basketball, and it's so cool to be in the gym after watching Gavin's live streams. Come on down, Gavin. He would sneak in every once in a while and say hi last year. This year, we picked up 4 more new kids. Are you serious? All right, we're gonna go with a senior, Jared Novotny, added another boy, and it's so cool watching Jared play basketball because they put these things like, ooh, switch 3-pointer, Jared, and his number. It's so cool. Jared's the shy one. All right, and then since I've had some of these kids 2 years in a row, these girls decided to have me twice a day. So Zoe Wolford and Haley Kadera, twice a day. And so I walk in, it's like after 3 hours of driving, you know, run to the bathroom, and really, seriously, Zoe sees me in the mirror backwards, and all of a sudden she's like, ah, she's like, Haley, Haley, and they turned around, and so I already got hugs. But these girls took both of my classes this year. And because I fish walleye tournaments and I won't be here this weekend, I brought their graduation gifts, and then I need a picture with all of us. If someone will come take a picture of them, thanks. Let's do the picture and then the presents. Can you grab a photo? How do you see? Are you going to get us off? All right, so maybe here. Can you step in front? Sorry. Step in front a little bit. There we go. Squeeze it.
Right back over there. Every year we try to get out a Caring for Kids award for somebody that kind of goes up and beyond, what we do. And education is really changing and evolving. A lot of these kids, how many college credits do you guys have going out of here? Yeah, so there's, wide ranges. You see this. Not often do you see what Marie is doing tonight. So, we were prepped for you. So we have a little certificate from Marie for Caring for Kids Award from Clarkson Public Schools. So I thought, well, these guys are on the stage, so they give it to you. And also, we have a certificate to the Clarkson Bakery. But thank you for everything you do for us. I know Jennifer talks highly of you. Guys, she's not near as mean as what you guys said she was. No, we really appreciate it. And thank you for coming out. So I'll let you guys see it.
This is so cool. This is like amazing, awesome. All right. So not to take up a lot of your time, and he spoke of Mrs. Capel, so I actually brought a gift from Mrs. Capel too. I just want to thank you. You guys have great kids, and I hope I get to meet a few more of them. And I do have to mention, because I did have some other kids that were juniors. So we had Drew, and we had Ella, and Hannah, and Sammy, and Maddie. Can you guys stand up? Is that it? 1, 2, 3? Nope, there's more. They're not. All right, and they were juniors that were in medical terminology this year. So, all right. Here's the glasses. Here. And thank you very much for your time. And the next speaker was already announced. Yep.
All right, at this time, I would like to recognize the students in my classes that not just do well and not just do really, really good, and even not do awesome most of the time, but the kids that find a way to have a 98% or better for all 4 quarters of the school year, which is incredibly hard if you think about it and you look at all the different things that these kids do, and a lot of them do a lot of different things, but they always find a way to keep it at that elite level. Like Mr. Clarkson mentioned, grinders and effort, and that's what this award is all about, is effort. So freshman group, come on up, and I'll give this to you. If you guys want to clap for them while they're walking up, that's awesome. McKenna Hake. Cadence Indra. Corbin Lindbergh. And Rosie. I don't want to mess up your last name. You bet, thank you. The sophomore American History group, 98% or better for 4 quarters. Garrett Stodola. Christian Hammernick. Chloe Hano, Addie McAtee, and I think that's it for the students there. And on to the juniors for American Government, 98% or better for the entire school year. Drew Beeson, Sandy McAvoy, and Ashley Guillen. And last but certainly not least, the seniors, 98% or better for the entire year. Mitch Beeson, Melissa Bunner, Carter Hanya, Eli Hayes, Noah Holoubek, Faith Indra, Haley Kudra, Jared Novotny, and McKenna Stodola. And I will turn it over to Mrs. Morfeld. Thank you.
I am very thankful for the normal year that we had, and I dare say that because we still have like 3 days left. Don't want to jinx anything. But after the craziness of the last 2 years, and I know in my own personal life, last spring, summer was really chaotic. It was very nice to just kind of have a normal year. So thank you, students, for being a part of that for me. Especially want to thank my Patriot Period, because I think my Patriot Period is the best, and you kids make it that way. So Brian, McKenna, Mitchell, Melissa, Bailey, Jackson, Hazel, John, Hannah, Ella, and Ashley, thank you. It was a very fun year. I totally appreciate it. You guys are so laid back. I've never met a group that has wanted to go to the gym less than you people, but you guys are totally content playing Pictionary and playing Uno and just sitting around, and I love that. Thank you also for sharing. We had family days, and each kid took a day where they were in the hot seat, and we got to ask them whatever questions we wanted, and they were very open and honest, so thank you for doing that. So seniors, congratulations. I'll miss you. Juniors, you still get me once in a while, so thank you, Patriot Period. You guys are great. So my students know that when we do tests, I kind of geek out and keep track of like, ooh, how many A's did we have and where were we? So I've got a couple statistic things here. Would the following people stand up? Alyssa Guernsey, Christian Hammernick, Samuel Pocasangre, Drew Beeson, Ashley Guillen, and Noah Holoubek. You guys all had all A's on your idiom test this year. You're the only ones that got all A's. Now, you guys, there's still one more left, but Noah, you already took all of yours, you like aced every single one and did great. But congratulations to you guys for all A's on your idiom test. And then if I could have Rosie Guillen and Corbin Lundberg stand up. You guys had all A's on all 18 of your spelling vocab quizzes this year. So good luck. And something I added just today, the kids took their, each teacher has their guaranteed vocabulary list, the words that we want our kids to know by the end of the year. And the last ones were taken today. And the majority of those kids did fantastic. We saw great improvement. But I want to recognize these 13 kids that knew 90% of their vocab words here by the end of the year. So Carter Haniel, Noah Holoubek, Gavin Novotny, Ashley Guillen, Maddie Onishek, Jace Indra, Alyssa Guernsey, Cheyenne Reed, Joey Steffensmeyer, Garrett Stadola, Samuel Pocasangre, Rosie Guillen, and Corbin Lindbergh. Nice job on those. And then I have certificates for the following students. I've got 7 kids that I would like to recognize for improvement in the English classroom. And we can kind of do what we did with Mr. McAvoy here. I'll read the names off. You can applaud as they come up, and then I'll give you certificates when you get up here. Kyan Chanelli, I don't think is here. Cooper Vance, who I don't think is here. Landon Hake, who is here. Jace Indra, Max Muley, Cheyenne Reed, and Emma Gall. And then finally, we've got 12 high school students who maintained an A average for all 4 quarters of English. In English 9, there was Rosie Guillen, McKenna Hake, and Corbin Lindbergh. In English 10, Alyssa Guernsey, Chloe Haniel, Addie McAtee, Samuel Pocasangre. In English 11, Drew Beeson, Ashley Guillen, Ella Capel, Sammy McAvoy. And for English 12, all 4 quarters, Noah Holoubek. And we'll turn over to Mr. Cooper.
Good evening. Or I mean to say, good evening, Clarkson! Time to wake up. Let's get ready for school. And we're going to honor the top students in agriculture in each one of the classes. If you would come forward to receive your certificate. The first student, I know I'm not going to get it right, but I told her I was going to do it anyway. Outstanding student Introduction to Agricultural, Food, and Natural Resources is Rosalind Villita Guillen. She can yell at me tomorrow. For plant systems, talked about, well, we talked a little bit about everything. We're kind of out there doing grasses and crops, flowers. Top student is Christian Hemmerly. Animal systems, we do talk about livestock, small animals,
And once in a while, just for this person, we talk about bees, El Cabo. Agribusiness systems, we did about 3 different curriculum this year that we were trying out. A couple of them on marketing, one of them was on risk management. Not the most thrilling thing in the world, but we tried to keep it interesting. Top student in that class is Caitlin Fury. To the shop side, we have agricultural structural systems, or as we like to call it, Woods class. Very good class, very interesting. Top student in that is Cheyenne Reed. Yeah, put her to work. Last one is achievement in power structures. Small motors is primarily what we did this year, even though we goofed around with a couple other mechanized things. This year's top student, Carter Hunter. I would like to personally congratulate these seniors. They have always, even though I don't have a lot of them in my classes, we always speak to each other in the hallways. They're always curious about what's going on, and I really appreciate that. Especially, I am really appreciative of one particular senior, and she knows who she is. I'm really going to miss Bailey Grable next year, so if you would give her a hand of applause for, and you can stand, you don't have to come forward. She really does a lot for the FFA program as well as the ag classroom. Next person up, guys, this guy you can always count on, our math teacher, Mr. Roger. Count on Mr. Lindbergh, if that's a math thing.
I'm going to be short and sweet. I have 3 awards. Highest grade point average for the year, cumulative. Geometry, Cadence Indra. Algebra 2, Samuel Puxandre. And then in pre-cal, I had 2 students, Ashley Gian and Drew Beason. These 4 students, always a great effort. Learning is important to them, and it shows in their grades and the work they do every day. Rarely have any questions because they're very good students. If they do, they make sure they get things straightened out before they move on. And just like to say, good job and keep up the good work. Matthew Michael Murray the 4th is next.
All right. I like to think I'm loud, but Cooper, I can't outdo that, nor will I try. That was something else. All right. Business awards here. I have 4 of them. So classes I teach are accounting, digital media, multimedia, video production, personal finance, so junior high business as well. So I've got 4 different awards here. First one will be for personal finance. That's the Money Matters Award for the highest grade in that class. And that goes to Noah Holoubek. And we'll talk about Noah and personal finance here shortly too with FBLA. The accounting wizard for the highest grade in accounting 1 goes to Chloe Honda. The accounting wizard for the best grade in accounting 2 goes to Eli Hayes. Eli was our only accounting 2 student, but Eli's going to do a very good job. He's going into accounting in college. And so he took the class the same time as accounting 1, so he did a lot of things on his own a little bit, and he's going to do a really good job. So. And the Oscars Award for the best grade in multimedia class goes to Corbin Lemberg. All right. Next, I will talk about FBLA here a little bit. We don't have a banquet. A lot of the other FFA I know has an individual banquet, and SCCLA, we do not have a banquet, so use this time to kind of talk about that. This year we had 12 members go to state FBLA in Kearney. It was in Kearney for the first time, and we actually had 3 different events qualify for nationals. And so placing there in the top 8, they get to go on stage. So in the top 8, I'll kind of say the top 8 award winners here. Mitchell Beeson was 8th, go ahead and stand Mitchell. He was 8th in job interview, and that's seniors in FBLA. I think there was 240 some, and he was in the top 8 there. And then he was 7th in impromptu speaking, right? 7th. So very good job, Mitchell. You can keep standing. Also, placing 5th at state in digital video production was Drew Beeson, Corbin Lemberg, and Noah Holoubek. They got 5th. And then qualifying for nationals, which is in Chicago, was website design. They got 3rd, which was Noah Holoubek, Drew Beeson, and Corbin Lemberg. And placing 2nd in the state in mobile app development was Noah Holoubek, Samuel Pocasangre, and Mitchell Beeson. And all of those are outstanding. This may be one of the most outstanding awards that we've ever got at an FBLA. Noah Holoubek, I said, remember personal finance, placed 1st in personal finance, and there were 523 competitors in that event. So that is a test. So I'm talking, it puts the hair on my arms. Noah's a pretty quiet individual. So and I'm not a quiet individual, so he was walking off the stage and I'm like beelining to go find him and give him a hug, and I'm like, you got 1st, I got 500 people. He's like, yeah, that's really good. And I'm like, dude, it's awesome. He just kind of looks like I'm nuts, which I am. So Noah and Corbin and Samuel will be going to Chicago. Mitchell's going to go to FCCLA, and Drew's got other commitments that weekend. And so they'll be going to Chicago for nationals, but I want to make sure to give them some credit. And our FBLAs, we've been around, I don't know, 5-6 years now, maybe, and we started it. And so we've had a lot of people qualify for nationals, so I want to make sure they got their due there. So very good job, FBLA. And then the last thing I will talk about quickly is we put the stream team in the awards this year. Amy had kind of thought about we should put the stream team in there. And so I have some awards here, and I'll bring the people that are up here. We have 14 members on the stream team here from Clarkson. We work with Lee as well. And so we have a Patriot period where we can all get together and we kind of plan out stuff. So I'll bring up the members of this, and then I'll talk a little bit with them up here. Melissa Baumert, you can hold your applause to the end. Oh, I thought there was only one S in there. I was like, uh-oh. Samuel Pocasangre, Isaac Baumert, Corbin Lemberg, Connor Jurgensen, Drew Beeson, and Noah Holoubek. Come on up here. I didn't forget anybody else, did I? I tried to go through who was all there. All right, so very quickly I have to brag about this group. They're really, really good at what they do, and it's all these guys. A lot of people tell me, like, hey, great job, your stream team's good. It's not my stream team, it's the kids, they do everything. They run it, they set it up, they create the graphics. It's all them. I know Mrs. Wattis had said, like, hey, your stream team's the best in the state. They're good. I mean, they are. So it's not tooting my own horn, it's more or less tooting their horn. I mean, they're really, really good. We were asked last week or the week before to go down to Columbus to present in front of all the ESU 7 schools. So we took 4 members down there, Noah, Isaac, Samuel, and Corbin, and we were able to present down there. And we had one of the teachers down there say that they had a patron in their community come up to her and say, I don't care what it costs, I want our stream to look as good as Clarkson's. So it's credit to these guys. We started from a long time with 1 camera to now, you can see we have a full production back there. So I want to give the stream team, make sure they get their credit and give them a round of applause. So thank you. Come over here. And I want to give a little bit of credit here to Noah. Tom and Lisa don't know yet, but I'm not passing in personal finance this year because can't let him go. I need him. He's been great help here. Our stream team started with, like I said, a camera. Man, that thing is echoey. A camera and a tripod and a computer. And we sat up there in the corner right where that visitor student section thing says, and you can see about 3/4 of the court, and that's it. Now we're to 3 cameras and a video switcher and things I don't even know we have that we have. And it's credit to this guy. Noah's done a lot. Usually teachers teach the kids. Well, in this instance, Noah taught me. I've learned a lot the last 6 years with him. Noah's really taken over the stream team the last 4 years. It's kind of his baby, and he does a really good job with it. We're also having to replace a lot of the equipment that Noah brought. So we applied for some grants, and Noah helped us with that. So I want to make sure that Noah kind of gets his shine. He's going to do great things when he goes to university. He's going to do great things there, but I want to make sure he gets his shine, let him know how much I've appreciated him. And like I said, Tom, at least I'm sorry, but I got to fail in 1 year. I got to have him back again. So thank you, Noah. Thank you again. Thank you. And with that, we will go to Ms. Logic and Mr. Morford. Thank you.
Okay, I do apologize, it is allergy season, so I did lose my voice a couple days ago, but it'll be short and sweet, so I don't have to talk long. So as Mr. Moran said, I am one of the yearbook advisors this year with, of course, Ms. Lynn Morfeld. She's been an awesome help guiding us into the direction of what we need to do for yearbook. I also like to take this time to recognize the students that helped create this yearbook this year, because it takes a lot of work behind the scenes, and oftentimes you don't see us, but we're there getting things together. So first off, I'd like to start with the students that helped us in September, that went along to Columbus and around town to sell ads. So if you would please just stand for the time being and then hold the applause till the end. So Mitchell Beeson, Noah Holoubek, Ashley Ian, Ella Capel, Isaac Baumert, Chloe Conneal, Alyssa Guernsey, Julie Stephenson, and Tegan Baumert. So these kids, not all of them take journalism as a class, but they went along with us, loaded in a van, and like I said, went to Columbus for the day to sell ads, so that was kind of fun. You can go ahead and sit down, and we'll give them a round of applause. But because the yearbook is more than just putting pictures on the page, I would also like to thank the following students for taking pictures to use in the yearbook. So like I said, please stand and we'll clap for you at the end. So our photographers are Noah Holoubek, Mitchell Beeson, Sam McElroy, Maddie Onshek, Isaac Baumert, TJ Baumert, and Alyssa Guernsey, and everyone else that also took pictures this year that I don't remember. And finally, of course, the small but powerful and mighty, the journalism class. This was my first year as teachers, so I had a lot to learn, but these guys really helped pull it all together and make this wonderful yearbook that we will be handing out next year. Yeah. So please stand again. Noah Holoubek, Alyssa Guernsey, Chloe Hano, Isaac Baumert, and Julie Stucker. Thank you guys.
All right, as we continue to work through the program, I'd like to acknowledge there on Wednesday night we had our athletic banquet, and those of you who were fortunate enough to get there, the common theme that you would have saw is that we have an incredible amount of participation amongst our student athletes. And that is something that we should also be very proud of, is that our kids, your children, are very much involved. And to carry that over, not just from the athletics on Wednesday, but as you see tonight, that they're also very much involved in the different organizations, clubs, our stream team, FBLA, so on and so forth. And so with that, I do want to have to stand and recognize some of the special recognition and that shows the commitment and the willingness to want to be active and participate and represent Pat's Nation. So with that, I'd like to stand, hold your applause, the 3 sport participants for this year. We have McKenna Haight, Corbin Limber, Ryan Kotchek, Joey Steffensmeyer, Cadence Indra, Christian Hammer, and Trey Steffensmeyer. Thank you. With that, our next letters are 3-sport letter winners. So this is a letter in all 3 sports in which they participated. We have Isaac Baumert, Chloe Hano, Drew Beeson, Mitchell Beeson, Eli Hayes, Carter Hano, and Faith Indra. And then the next level that we build is this is actually individuals that have accumulated up to 7 letters in their high school athletic career. That's Drew Beeson, Eli Hayes, and Jackson Point. So those are just a couple of the athletic bits that we don't include in that athletic program. But now we're rolling into the academic or the scholar athlete portion. And this is now where we're combining both. We're combining the participation in athletics, but we're also going to combine the hard work in the classroom and then how they meld together. So to be a scholar athlete, you have to letter in 2 sports and have to also maintain at least honor roll in 3 quarters. So with that, Corbin Limber, Christian Hammernick, Joey Steffensmeyer, Samuel Pokusangre, Drew Beeson, Jackson Coyne, Mitchell Beeson, Carter Hano, Faith Indra, Chloe Hano, Garrett Spadola, Jace Indra, Bailey Grado, and Eli Hayes. Awesome. And then also then through the NSAA, we submit our academic all-state. For that, we submit via the schools. For volleyball, the representative was Melissa Bunner. Football, Mitchell Beeson, and also for Barry's basketball was Mitchell Beeson. So again, as we continue through, you see the laundry list of our superior honor rolls, and honorable mention. It's incredible. We post them outside of the office door. We print them out. The kids get to see them. The entire door is full that we have them on there. What I do want to point out, though, a very... Noah, what did I do? Is that my wrap it up? Okay. What I do want to recognize is dedication and participation, and that is with superior attendance. And this is, you note there, is that they were absent less than 1 day all the school year. And Rosie Guillen and Braden Roberts, stand up, because that is, through sick, and all that stuff they still make. So, awesome. You won, Rosie. So, thank you. And with that, we're going to go ahead. With that, I'm going to pass it on to Mrs. Stafford. You got the gap.
Good evening. So I've got a couple of recognitions I'd like to share tonight. The first one will be for sophomore students, the Nebraska Leadership Seminar. There are a couple of different leadership opportunities, camps that students can apply to attend over the summer, and one of them is NLS. We have had several students attend this each year. Last year we had 4 students attend. This year we had 4 again apply. So if I could please have Alyssa Guernsey, Addison McAtee, Isaac Baumert, and Samuel Kokosangre stand. So these 4 students applied to attend NLS, and then there is a fee to attend. So the District 58 Foundation chipped in to pay most of their attendance fee. So congratulations, guys, you're going to have a great time. When you're at Milford campus, Southeast Community College, you're going to be doing some team building activities. They got to do their strengths assessment, personality assessment, Strengths Finder, and that is something I think they'll use probably for the rest of their lives to know how they best work with other people. You'll have speakers and current events discussions, community service, and so on. Now, the 4 students that attended last year, if you would please stand, that would be Ashley, Sammy, Ella, and Drew. Some students absolutely love NLS, and some students, you know, it's just okay. But I think that all of our students, you guys left with some really cool leadership experiences and friendships that you're going to hold on to for the rest of your lives. And they have continued to be involved in NLS in a variety of ways, either through friendships or next year being counselors at camp and serving on council. So congratulations to you guys and best wishes, sophomores at camp. Hazelmont, if you would please stand. Hazel has been chosen to represent Clarkson at Girls State this June in Lincoln, and that's a week-long government camp where she can learn about government and leadership opportunities. She will be assigned a town that she gets to represent. They'll have some different competitions and so on. The American Legion Auxiliary actually is in charge of sponsoring Hazel. And then Clarkson Women's Club generously pays her registration fee. So thanks to those 2 organizations for helping us continue to send students to this opportunity. Have a great time there, Hazel. Quiz Bowl team members, would you please stand? So Clarkson's Quiz Bowl team was able to compete in 3 different events this year. There was the KTCH 104.9 radio one. What was the one question? What was it? It was a math question, wasn't it? Yes. Yeah, they should have won, right? And then also Mr. Schneider took them to Northeast for one of their Quiz Bowl competitions where that was pretty awesome too. And then finally, at Pender, we got to do Conference Quiz Bowl. Oh my gosh, they knocked it out of the park, you guys. It was so much fun to just see them dominate in pool play. Dominate. They ended up in 3rd place out of pool play. And then based on that, they were in the bracket, did a great job first round. Second round, they ended up losing, I think, to the winning team. Oh, they were second place. Okay. All right. But really, really fun. I thoroughly enjoyed sponsoring you guys this year. We always have interesting conversations, and you get so into Quiz Bowl. I just really love working with you guys. Thank you. I'm going to have a couple of students come up. If I could have Mitch, Melissa, and Noah come on up here, please. So the Nebraska School Activities Association sponsors something called Believers and Achievers. And this award is for 2 students from each high school. They're able to apply for this. So Noah and Mitch actually were able to apply. It looked at their citizenship, involvement, academics, what they do in their school and in their community, and also their academic accomplishments. So both Mitch and Noah represented Clarkson this year, and Mitch was a finalist and actually was one of the 48 selected. And on top of that, he also received one of the scholarships for an NSAA Believers and Achievers. So congratulations, gentlemen. Mitchell, way to go. That's a big honor. Then, this one I don't have a certificate for, but we also have, through the conference, East Husker Conference, recognizes students who have been involved in activities, but also have strong academic performance. So this goes to Mitch and Melissa. They had to have participated in at least 3 NSAA-sponsored activities, and at least a 95% GPA, and at least a 23 or higher on their ACT. So congratulations, Melissa and Mitch. There are awards and little medals that you should be getting. I'll give those to you. Okay, and then Omaha World Herald also recognizes students across the state of Nebraska. They call it the All Academic Team. And so our 2 nominees representing Clarkson are Mitch and Noah, and that's based on their academic accomplishments, both in the classroom, but then also on the ACT. Congratulations. Okay, academic contest. So Northeast every year hosts the academic contest. The past 2 years, because of COVID, they've switched it to an online contest. So the students don't get to go to campus to test. They basically come to a classroom. We have on their laptop, a lockdown site that they go to and they use, and they take a test. And they're going against pretty much like all of Northeast Nebraska schools they're competing against. You can see in the program, we took about 35 students, I believe it was, or if we had them do it here. 35 students participated, and they award out first, second, and third place. We had a lot of students that just missed that mark, that were 4th place, 5th place, really close in there. But the competition is pretty fierce. So if I could have Brian Scott, Noah Holoubek, Ashley Gwynn, Carter Haniel, and Melissa Bunner, please come on up here. I do have your medals for your performance that day. Melissa earned 3rd place in English Comp. Ashley earned 1st place in art history. Carter earned 2nd place in welding. Noah got 2 medals here, right? Business law and personal finance. Okay. Congratulations. The neat thing about that contest is if you do place first, you're eligible for a $1,000 scholarship at Northeast. You have to plan to go to Northeast, but it's a nice little incentive, and we try to get as many seniors participating as possible. Okay, then Presidential Education Awards. Academic excellence and academic achievement. If your name is in the program for the Academic Achievement Award, please stand. Okay, you have to look. Academic achievement means that you have met one of the 2 qualifications. You have either earned a grade point average of a 90% cumulative GPA, or you've scored at the 85th national percentile on your MAC achievement tests. So we have quite a few students, but some of them aren't here. I think a lot of them aren't here. So then let's go to the next category, academic excellence. Please stand. So academic excellence is harder to achieve because you had to meet both criteria. Not only are you performing extremely well in the classroom, but then you can also show it when you test. So congratulations, guys. Keep up the good work. Those scores are now being used at some of the community colleges to help with math placement. So for example, if you didn't really like your math ACT score, a lot of the colleges will look at your max math score and they'll use that to place you. So keep up the good work. It's very, very helpful. Good job. Okay, we're going to talk about seniors. So I know a couple of them were trying to sneak away because I told them that they were going to talk, and I think they got nervous and wanted to leave. So seniors, I'm going to have you come forward and have a seat where you see your t-shirt. Now the t-shirts some of them have little sticky notes on the collar with your name. Go ahead and see if you can find yours. So we started doing this a couple years ago, giving the seniors an opportunity to really have the mic and talk a little bit about their plans for the future, and also give a little bit of advice to underclassmen. So are you finding? Yeah, I might have some extras too, if you want to put it out and get one or something. Oh no, here they come. Hey, Zoe, come on. Come and take your seat up here. So I'm going to announce, for the students that are here, I'm going to tell you what scholarships that I have been told that you are receiving, and then I'm going to turn the mic over to you. Okay? Mitch is going first. Mitch will be receiving the U.S. Bank Believers and Achievers Scholarship. You were recognized for the UNL Nebraska Emerging Leader Scholar and the David Distinguished Scholar. You are receiving the UNK Regent Scholarship, the University of Nebraska Health Opportunity Program Scholarship, the Patriot Youth Advisory Scholarship, the Clarkson Bank Scholarship, Clarkson Staff Scholarship, and the Suzanne Beeson Memorial Scholarship. Now, what are your plans after high school, and words of advice to the underclassmen?
My plans are to go to UNK, to go into pre-nursing, and to continue my education at UNMC after that. My advice would be to just stay in your lane, focus on you.
Melissa will be the recipient of the Coyote Commitment Distinction Scholarship, the William and Cheryl Neeson Adversity Scholarship, the Lewis and Emma Rother Memorial Scholarship, the Jim and Helen Evans Memorial Scholarship, Peg Jeffries Memorial Scholarship, Emma Sotha Heckmonick Memorial Scholarship, Frank Nemitz Memorial Scholarship, Clarkson League Patriot Booster Club Scholarship, Daryl Schmakel Memorial Scholarship, the Missouri Western State University Scholarship, and the Paul T. Philippi Scholarship.
I will be going to the University of South Dakota to study elementary education. And my advice to the younger students would be kind to everyone, because you never know what someone is going through and you could make their day.
Caitlin will be receiving the American Legion Shuka Post 302 Scholarship, the School District 58 Foundation Scholarship, and West Point Implement. Did I say that one right? Okay.
My plans are to go to Northeast for early childhood education, and my advice is to get your stuff done.
Very well. Bailey will be receiving the Nebraska Land Improvement Scholarship, the Olson Memorial Girl Scout Scholarship, the Wade Went Memorial Scholarship, and the School District 58 Foundation Scholarship.
My plans after high school are to go to Capitol Beauty School for cosmetology, and after that go to Xenon Academy for barbering, and to come back here and open up my own salon. And my advice for underclassmen is to always keep a smile on your face.
Carter will be the recipient of the Farmers Union Co-op Scholarship, the Wade Went Memorial Scholarship, and the Nebraska Machinery Company Full College Sponsorship Scholarship.
My plans will be to attend Northeast Community College and major in diesel technology, and my advice to underclassmen is to not procrastinate on anything.
Eli is receiving the UNL Husker Power Scholarship, the KTIC Russ Herman Scholarship, and the National Honor Society American Red Cross Scholarship.
I plan to go to University of Nebraska-Lincoln to study accounting, and my advice would be to soak it all up. It goes by fast.
Noah is a UNL Regents Scholar, a Clarkson Staff Scholarship, the Northeast Community College Scholastic Contest Tuition Waiver, Clarkson Patriot Booster Club Scholarship, the Stanley and Emily Krupa-Chada Memorial Scholarship, and the National Honor Society American Red Cross Scholarship.
I will be attending UNL this fall, and I plan to major in biochemistry and physics with a minor in computer science. And my advice would be to always remember to recognize that everyone has their own unique talents and perspectives, and when you include everyone, you can create something that you never thought you could before. And my Quizlets, those are great, I've heard.
Faith is receiving the College of St. Mary's Dean's Scholarship, the College of St. Mary's Softball Scholarship, and the Daniel W. Holoubek Persistence Scholarship.
My plans are to attend College of St. Mary's to take up nursing, and my advice is to use Noah's Quizlets.
Bryce is receiving the Central Community College Committed to Your Success Scholarship, the Loop Power District Scholarship, and the CCC Peter Kiewit Foundation Scholarship.
My plans after high school is to attend CCC, Central Community College for welding. And my advice is help people out when they need.
So also the t-shirts, guys, you'll have to check those out. If I've got sizes wrong, just let me know, okay? Haley, your plans and words of advice.
I plan on attending Northeast Community College and going into pre-nursing. My advice would be to Like, enjoy your senior year. It'll go by fast.
Gavin? The UNL Husker Traditions Scholarship.
I will be taking my talents to Northeast Community College, and I'm going to major in psychology. And my advice is show up to school.
Jared is receiving the UNL Husker Traditions Scholarship, the Nebraska Land Improvement Scholarship, the Patriot Youth Advisory Scholarship, the 2022 Seton Ribfest Scholarship, the Loomer and Mary Check Scholarship, Daryl Schmeichel Memorial Scholarship, and the Blue Cap Scholarship. We have a couple of new scholarships this year. I don't know if some of you were aware of that, but this one, Blue Cap, we have an anonymous donor who wanted to start this scholarship, and they asked that the recipient get a cap. Yes, put it on. Basically, the Blue Cap Scholarship is a memorial to gentlemen from Clarkson that played in a Blue Cap baseball league back in the early 1940s or so. Pretty neat story behind it. I will have that written up. I'll have it in the display case next school year. You'll have to check it out. Also, the Daryl Schmeichel is a new scholarship that you and Melissa are receiving. That again was a generous donation in memory of Daryl Schmeichel, who graduated from Clarkson. And then the Peg Jeffries Scholarship is new this year too for an elementary education major. So congratulations. And plans after high school and advice.
I plan on going on to Northeast for PTA, and my advice would be to take as many college classes as you can while you're still in high school.
The UNL Husker Power Scholarship, the Nebraska Wesleyan University President Scholarship, Northeast Community College Dean's Scholarship, the Clarkson Bank Scholarship, the School District 58 Foundation Scholarship, and the National Honor Society American Red Cross Scholarship.
My plans are to attend Northeast Community College for pre-nursing, and my advice is to take as many college classes as you can.
Now, when I told Zoe and Haley that they were going to get the mic and they were going to get a talk, I think they wanted to run out of the building. So you should have had a little bit of time to think of what your words of advice and then share with us two plans for next year.
I plan on going to Northeast for nursing, and my advice would be to enjoy it while you can.
Thank you, seniors. Thanks so much for being just wonderful examples and role models to the underclassmen. Underclassmen, well, juniors, you're going to do this next year, so be here. And thank you for coming tonight. We're going to move on to Knights of Columbus Award, I believe. Thanks, guys.
All right, first, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank everybody for coming, and I would like to thank the students, staff, parents, school board members, everybody for a great year. It has been fast and furious, as it always is, but good kids, good staff, kind of mixed really well, so that's been a lot of fun. I think it's kind of a joke. We feed you ice cream and then put you in a room that's about 63 degrees. So, if it makes you feel better, it was not working yesterday. It was a lot warmer in here. All right. Knights of Columbus, Clarkson High School Outstanding Students of the Year. Each year, the Knights of Columbus recognizes a couple students, a male and female, for all-around great individual, for being an all-around great individual. It's voted on by the staff, and it's for juniors and seniors. If you won it as a junior, you cannot win it as a senior. We're looking for students for strong character, work ethic, determination. So it's kind of a really nice award. And this year's recipients are Melissa Bunner and Mitchell Beeson. Come on. I would say something to the seniors, but I gotta talk to them on Saturday before we come up for graduation, so that's when I get to give my great words of wisdom. And I'm glad to see everybody here tonight. So, all right, time for the big, you guys stand up.
We're going to do our NHS induction here at the conclusion of the evening. And so if I could have all of the NHS members come on up. Invitation to the National Honor Society. First, you have to meet the GPA requirement. Their cumulative GPA needed to be 93%, 94%. And then they were invited to apply. They had to complete an application that included a variety of essay questions, a resume, and then those were evaluated by any staff that wished to be on that panel to evaluate. They are evaluated upon their leadership, their character, their academics, and their service. And so each of those 4 areas are worth 5 points. Perfect score would be a 20. They have to have a 15 average to be inducted into National Honor Society. We drop a high score, we drop a low score, and we end up with our crew. So I have only 4 seniors that wanted to talk. You sure you can jump here? Are you sure? Okay, we're going to go ahead and let them take it over.
Welcome to the Clarkson National Honor Society induction ceremony. As members of the Clarkson National Honor Society, we wish to extend our thank you to the administration, staff, students, parents, and patrons of Clarkson High School for coming tonight. We are gathered to witness the induction ceremony of new members to the Clarkson High School chapter of the National Honor Society.
Membership by invitation only to the Clarkson chapter of the National Honor Society has been earned by the effective demonstration of the 4 qualities: scholarship, leadership, service, and character, held in high esteem by the society. The large candle on the table represents the eternal light of knowledge. We shall review these qualities for the candidates.
Scholarship. Scholarship means a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education only ends with life. Knowledge is one great element in life which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way: through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read past and the light which illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship.
Service. Service can be described in various ways. In the routine of day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. Willingness to work for the benefits of those in need without monetary compensation or without recognition. It is a quality we seek in our membership. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities to the certain creation of a better tomorrow.
Leadership. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school and take the initiative in class and school activities. The real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objective. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a country, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is a substantial charge to each of our members and to the candidates.
Character. Character is the force in each individual that distinguishes that person from others. It gives each one individuality. It is that without which no one can respect oneself nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character which guides one through life, and when once developed, grows steadily. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant action, daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others. By demonstrating such qualities as reliability, honesty, and sincerity, we may hope to prove by example that we value character.
Would the following 2022 inductees please join us up front to be inducted into the Clarkson chapter of National Honor Society. As your name is called, please come forward and stand in front of the flower table. I guess I should have brought my letter opener. Chloe Harmon. Samuel Zuniga Pocasante. Alyssa Guernsey. Christian Hammond. Garrett Stadola.
The candidates and current members will repeat the pledge. Please repeat after me. I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school and will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, service, leadership, and character. New members, please sign your name in the National Honor Society membership book. Then you'll be getting your certificate. Please help us to congratulate the new members of the Clarkson chapter of the National Honor Society. NHS members, please remain up front for pictures.
At this time is the conclusion of our program. I want to say again, thank you, like everybody else, for coming out and dedicating this time for us to recognize your child's accomplishments. All the kids, if you go to your class sponsor will have your packets that will have all the awards that you guys got tonight will be in those packets. So you search up your class sponsor. Again, thank you and good night.